shit. Scandalous. We're back at it. Oh, what's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls? Welcome back, gang, syndicate, worldwide, global conglomerate. Doing it. I hope you're all doing well wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's here in the greater Toronto area, out here in the east coast of Canada, or if you're tuning in all the way from the west coast of Canada and BC, Vancouver. What's up, gang? If you're down south in the United States, hello. Further down south, as per usual, Mexico, Nicaragua, South America, over there in Europe, Wagwan, Africa, Asia, Middle East, fucking Australia. Hello, mate. Top of the morning to yous. Hello, wherever you're tuning in from. If it's your first time, you're like, man, what's going on? It's my first time. Man, I'm totally new to this. What is going on here? It's your first time. Buckle up, buckle down. Where can you find these videos? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays was the old routine. If you're a long-time viewer and listener, for the time being, they're being dropped every weekend, typically on Sundays. But today is Saturday, August the 2nd. We're shooting on a Saturday. You might get this on Saturday or Sunday morning, depending when I get to uploading it. You're probably gonna get it on Saturday evening, not gonna lie to you, because your boy's on top of that shit. When I shoots it, I puts that shits up there, dudes, ladies and gents. What are we even talking about? I don't even know, dude. Today's gonna be a loose episode because your boys run around, son. I know you guys and gals are out there running around too. Oh man, the wheels are spinning, the hamsters are turned up. Once again, thank you for joining me. It's Glad You Made It is the name of the show. Go ahead and subscribe on YouTube if you don't want your parents having extramarital relationships. That's right, because watching these videos will guarantee that your mom's not gonna go out there and fuck the pool boy. Because if you don't subscribe, man, guess what you're in store for? A lot of dicking from the pool boy. You're like, oh my god, not the pool, my pool. Oh, Miguel, how do I stop Miguel from fucking my mom's? Subscribe on this fucking channel on my YouTube page. That's how you stop Miguel. Unless your dad's like out there getting that side piece and like, you know what? I'm all about like equity or equality and shit. So if dad's away with the secretariat, then fuck it, mom. Fuck Miguel and his 7.5-inch tan golden penis. God, go ahead, and leave that nest early so that Miguel can give your mom a pounding. But if everything's going well in your mom's and dad's marriage, then fucking subscribe. Unless everything's going well and you're like, you know what? Everything's going too well for my parents. Don't subscribe. See how things turn out. Fucking divorce papers, lawyers, teams. In hindsight, you will probably get at least two birthday gifts or like two birthday events. You know what? From a capitalistic perspective, this actually works out. Divide, baby. Divide. Two birthdays, 2 Christmases, 2 Hanukkahs, 2 synagogues, 2 Eids. That's Eids, not AIDS. 2 AIDS, dude. 2 AIDS from both parents. Because they might fuck outside the marriage and they might pick up AIDS. And they might get a little bruise on their hand and bleed into the fucking eggnog at Christmas. And next thing you know, eggnog city, 1 second, AIDS. That's how easy it is. What were we even talking about? I don't even know, boys and girls. I think you guys like AIDS is what I'm trying to get to. And if you want more AIDS, I'm not talking about assistance, baby, because it's pull yourself by the cum straps up in this bitch. But also, like, teamwork makes the dream work. So fucking mix the jizz together. Hello, welcome back. I hope your clam is moist. And if you're hearing thunderous noises, it's because it's thundering outside. It's thunders outside. The Greek gods are fucking jerking off and having sex and throwing thunderbolts at each other. Loki is playing a trick on us, I think. But also, it could just be fucking the weather. But what even is what do I know about the weather? Nothing. Literally not. All I know is that they say one thing 1 minute and it's the opposite or something way different the next. Predictable, highly unlikely. Hello. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. How am I doing? Oh man, you guys, it's not about me, man. It's all you. How you all doing out? I hope you're all doing well. I happen to have a beautiful neighbor. I'm not gonna go into the details of like what her position is, or like we're just gonna keep it generic just for the sake of, once again, maintaining anonymity. Let's just say she's 175,000 years old. Let's just say she's perhaps 1, maybe 2 to 5 years younger than God himself. She's up there and she's rocking with that dementia right now. And every once in a while she'll run into me and she'll ask me with her beautiful Eastern European accent, do you have girlfriend? That's my Eastern European accent right now for you. Do you have, and I'm like, nah, Svetlana, let's call her Svetlana for the time being. No, Svetlana, I don't have a girlfriend. Why you not have, girl, where's wife? She'll say that. I'm like, I honestly don't know. These are good questions that you're asking. I'm trying to get that, trying to like work and be like fucking, work oriented so that I can get that cheese. Because if I know one thing about women is that they like cheese. Ample amounts of Gouda, ample amounts of cheddar, ample amounts of rotten blue cheese, preferably stomped on by some nasty old French person with fungi on their feet. I think that's what I'm getting to. So I'm trying to stay with it, stay on my hustle and grind shit, listen to my raps, by the way, I've been listening to a lot of MJ, Michael Jackson for the past week, maybe 10 days, just cause fucking bangers, dude. Say what you will. I'll say it again, but every once I'll go through phases of music. Right now it's Michael Jackson right now and Dirty South rap. So I've just been calling myself the N-word like hard in the car, dude. You don't know me. I call myself the N-word. I do. Like when nobody's watching, I'm calling myself the N-word hard, dude. I'm like, N-word, go get it. Quit being a bitch, my N-word. I tell that to myself, no, not to anybody else, but I do call myself the hard, dude. Hard. I'm like, what? I don't even say the full thing. Like to myself I do, but I just, because that's the way sometimes you feel out there when you're out there just being a ninja by yourself, ninja and all the, you know what it is? It does, I differentiate between reality and what is real and what is not, is that I'm neither here or there, but I do feel like it sometimes, especially when I listen to my dirty raps and I'm like, oh man, these are basically my older unks, throwing some fucking wisdom on you, because that's what happens when you don't have like real unks and you're like you do, but like they're far away and you not spoken to them in ages and it's just been lost. So you resort to unks who you relate to, your N-word uncles. That's how. So thank you for being there and providing some words of wisdom for a young boy who turned into a young man who is now getting a few grays on his beard. Is it just regular, gray beard, or did he jizz on his face and forget to wipe it? I'll leave it up to the viewership to decide which it's the gray hair. It's not jizz on my face, but that's what it is. Ran into Svetlana and she asked me if she's rocking that dementia. She asked me if I've got a girlfriend, and she'll ask me that every once in a while. And I'm like, not at the moment, because again, the said chasing of the dream baby, bunch of dreamers up in this bitch. And she's like, you should get. I'm like, I will. I'm on top of that shit, but like, it's hard to be like, it's hard out there for everybody. I'm not like, here's the thing. I first of all, before we get into how hard it is, sometimes I do want to say it's not hard, but like grateful. One thing that I've learned this week, grateful, extra grateful. How grateful? Like whatever the limit of gratefulness, we fucking 10x'd it, maybe 100x'd it, and surpassed it by limits that were not even fathomable before. So grateful. I'm being genuine right now, and I seriously, because like everything that life throws at you is a learning lesson, and you only get stronger. And you only get, so I'm feeling the strength right now. That's why I call myself, I'm like, N-word, you're so strong right now. Feel, and I do, dude, I do, and I feel the strength. And I feel the strength. And what I'm trying to say is that Svetlana is so kind, because she'll ask me, and again, rocking that dementia, and then just recently, she found out once again that I don't have a girlfriend or a wife right now, and she said, "You handsome boy." She grabbed my face, because she's very close, even though we're not. She'll get in my face, and she'll grab my face, and I'm not saying this, I've never said this about her, but she said it was nice of her, it was very nice, and she also spanked my ass, dude, and she's like, "You go get a girl out there." I'm like, oh my god, I felt a jolt just going up my spine, which was the most action I had for like 3 months now, which was nice. I'm not, baggers can be choosers. Shout out to my Metro grocery store workers out there, on the front lines. Find a good fight. Fight for higher wages. Fighting for the civil rights movement. Fighting for horses who suffer from prostate cancer. Fighting for, we'll get into the other stuff that they're fighting for. And I'm a little bit just like, fucking right there. Because like, daddy's been working, fucking grinding. Get it, N-word, get it, I tell myself. I'm like, one step at a time. One step at a time. Yeah, but she did spank my ass, which was nice. But she's also like 175,000 years old. But then it reminded me that if she wasn't 175,000 years old, it could have potentially been something. And mommy's got the monies, you know what I'm saying, locked into property. So she tight with it like that. But also, it was nice. It was a nice little, like, it was like Eastern Europe. I feel that. There's like, fucking like half a gypsy over here just running around town, calling myself the N-word, so I get motivated and shit. But also, it felt like it wasn't anything sexual. But like, I'm just saying, if the roles were reversed though, because that's the thing, you'll never, I did think about it. I'm like, if an elderly gentleman approached a young lady who they barely know, but have nonetheless, have said hello to several times and we're all friends. If that happened, that would have been, man, you can't just like casually just be like, I'm rocking dementia. She doesn't say it. I've been told. And I'm not, here's the thing. I had a grandma on my dad's side of family who had Alzheimer's. I didn't see her or anything. I saw her like maybe twice in my life. So this is not like, I love dementia. I'm a fan of it. All sorts of mental deterioration. Fucking let's go. At 175,000 years old, you're bound to forget a few things. You're bound to want to repeat yourself several times. It's nice. It's nice. So I'm for it. Please help raise awareness for the dementia community, the demented. But I did think about it. I'm like, man, if this was a fella, like 197,500 years old fella, going up to a lady that they've just recently met through peculiar circumstances, let's say, and just like, asked about their relations and whatnot, and found out that they're single, and then happen to be like, oh, you're a good looking lady, and then spanked her on the ass. So to like, get her fucking going. I wonder how that would have been. Probably like, yeah, from my stance, like reverses, back to my stitch, totes cool. Reverse of that, probably like lock that pervert up. Somebody put like a fucking ankle monitor on that, fucking whatever. But like that's just where I'm at right now. And again, I'm grateful for the action that I got. I'm hoping that, from the casual, nonchalant spanking, maybe my name will get dropped in the will. Who knows? Because that's, you never know. Maybe one day she'll kick the can, hopefully in like another 175,000 years from now. But then maybe the grandchildren will be like, oh man, all these properties are mine. Until you find out she's been spanking this ass nonchalantly once or twice, and also like telling your boy to go get a girl out there, as if your boy already doesn't wanna, and what fucking priorities and shit though, you know what I'm saying? Fucking G's up and fucking G money. Ugh. hustling, baby. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm struggling. But the struggle, you stick with it, it'll get your nipples hard, dude. It'll start bleeding from your nips, and that's when you're making progress, man. No, I am grateful, really, because going back to like the shits that we've discussed over the past, 3 years now that we've been together, I did later in my, like, as I turn into an adult, or like going through it, I did look back at my youth, and I'm like, man, it would have been pretty dope if you had joined the army. I want like 6 months, it would have been nice to do the army thing, like just fucking like GI Joe that shit with fucking dirt on my face, just fucking recon black paint under my eyes, like a fucking, I'm gonna be a, we're sealing around, or like, calm down, this is just basic training. I'm like, no, we're sealing around, or like, do 100 now, soldier. And I'll be like, oh. My younger self would have not been up for it, but again, as I grew older, I look, but it was too late by then. So now I look at this time, I'm like, yo, dude, you're putting yourself through essentially is what is, it's like an army regiment, an army of one man, and but we come together, and an army that comes together jizzes together, and an army that army that jizzes together sticks together, both men and women. Hello, thank you for joining me. That was Svetlana. Thank you. Lovely lady. She's lovely. And again, I just look at her and I'm like, man, this is just another version of my grandma with Alzheimer's, and this is how the multiverse works. Because if you miss out on a little bit of spending time with the grandma, or to buy like realsies, you get another grandma who's just as much mentally whatevs, having a good time as what she's doing. Oh gosh, she's so cute. She's so lovely, dude. So, but again, reverse of that, old man spanking a young lady on their ass, not too young, but still in your early 30s, still in your early 30s is considered young, but like not too young. But it would have been a different case, I think. But then again, it would have depended on the person as well. Who knows? That's neither here or there, boys and girls, ladies and gents. I hope that you guys are, if you're out there and you're a lady and you're like, man, this summer was fun and all, but like soon the clouds are coming in and it's raining, and I might get that like seasonal depression, or just like regular whatever, like because like life is be like, oh man, I feel you there. But also drink jizz, ladies. Drink lots of jizz. They don't talk about that shit. Zinc, calcium, potassium, protein, boosting serotonin, melatonin, all the tonins, whole fucking gang of tonins. Drink lots of jizz, because there's a bunch of good stuff in there. Helps with memory, longevity. Do you want to live longer? Or are you the type that's like, oh, I want to fucking live fast and die relatively younger in comparison to my predecessors? Or are you the type that says no, longevity? If you're the type that says longevity all the way, 25% increase in longevity. If you're drinking, if you're guzzling down loads, dude. If you're just taking that baby batter and going, and so the moral of this story is, don't spit, swallow. Ladies, please swallow. I cannot emphasize this, because like, as a man, I'd love for ladies to be living longer, and if we could just, it breaks my heart that this is practically a au natural multivitamin shot of nature, and you could be, and guess what, it's free, ladies. So don't spit, swallow. Some of y'all are like, man, already at it, you know what it is, you're about it. But some people are like, nah, I'll gargle, then I'll spit it out. You're wasting vitamins, nutrients, the chance to live longer. And I just read some lady was guzzling cum on a regular, and apparently her IQ went up. I don't know how they recorded that pre-cum IQ to like post-cum IQ, but it works. That's all I need to know. It works. So ladies, drink that cum. Unless you want to be dumb, unless you want to be dumb bitches, then don't drink that cum. But you want to be a smart bitch, so you can be bout it and go get it out there. That's what I said. And I'm like, and I read that and I'm like, man, that's great for the ladies, but what about the fellers? I suppose, you know, it's gonna be a hard sell for the fellers unless you drink your own cum, which is still just like, nah. Like, I'm sure some of y'all have taste tested like your boy what's up. Still fucking, like, when you were younger, you dabbed a little just to be like, what is this even that I'm selling? Gotta know your own product before you go out there and be like, here, this is good for you. So, no thanks. But also, I read, I'm like, is female ejaculate like just as good as men's sperm for like all the more or less the same. More or less the same. Moral of this story is, ladies, guzzle jizz. Fellas, drink female ejaculate by the gallon. I don't even know why we're out there doing all this hustle and grind. And honestly, we could just be sitting there sucking and fucking and getting smarter and getting all the nutrients and all the food for a fraction of the cost, dude. Fraction of the cost. And if you're like, man, how do I get myself a partner? Ladies, some say, oh, stick the tip of your finger in your puss and just rub a little bit right here on your wrist. Dab a little bit behind your ear. Dab a little bit here on your neck. When you got access to basically man attracting sense and you know it works, why go tip of the finger? Well, I recommend, Dr. Rob Sadri recommends you go at least shoulder deep. Shoulder deep inside yourself. Cover your entire arm up until the shoulder area in female ejaculate. Then just rub it all. Just fucking rub it all over yourself. Just, this is, okay, this right there, inside, let it sit for a few minutes. Just, you know, whatever. We're watching TV, we're listening to music, Pilates, whatever. Let it sit 5 minutes, take it out, lather all over. Just fucking, just douse yourself in fucking, you know what I mean? And then that way, if you're single, all the men will be attracted to you and you'll find one. And then if you want to keep him attracted for life, 5 minutes a day, shoulder deep, rub it all over yourself. Who even needs perfume? And fellas, I looked at this study and I'm like, man, if the ladies can attract the males like that, is there anything that we can do to attract the ladies? And I spent a ton of money, spent a lot of time researching. I took away the best of the science. I went to NASA and I said, give me your best scientists. They're like, they're busy. I'm like, shut the fuck up. We got more important shit and fucking issues to, and I took them. I took them by force and I made them do research and I removed them from their families in facilities far, far away. And yes, a lot of those marriages ended up failing in divorce, but in the end, we got the results that we wanted. And that's all that matters. And they came up with a revolutionary idea. If you take your jizz, just a little bit of your jizz, and again, simple, rub it right here on your wrist, back of the earlobe, cover your entire neck in jizz. Just go ahead, cover your entire neck in jizz. Women will flock to you like seagulls to breadcrumbs on the ground, like bears to other bears who've just dip their assholes in honey, and those bears that see the other bear with the asshole covered in honey are just flocking to that asshole covered in honey. Like fucking, you name it, like ants to an ant hole, like snakes to a snake pit, like those are enough examples, okay? Don't get carried away. The point is, cover yourself in jizz and you will instantly get more female attention and potentially find yourself a lover. And you're like, man, I don't have enough ejaculate to cover my, you know, wrist, earlobes, and that's where, again, that's why I went out and got the scientist, dude. I got you, bruv. You don't need to worry, because some men might not have enough jizz, because it might be the food that you're taking in, it might be whatever, but your sperm count's low. We already know the distance between your asshole and your testicles already shrinking. Thanks, microplastics. But this is where our profession, we went out and hired professionals, and you can subscribe now, and these professionals will show up to your house, jizz anywhere on your body that you like, discreetly. At work, we're there. Office hours, we could be there. In the parking garage of your luxury condo apartment, P3, P2, P1, we'll be there. In the men's bathroom, we could be there. What about the gym, you asked? Are you taking a shower? Well, stop, because that'll get rid of the jizz. That we could be there, and we will be there. And you can be covered in jizz and attract lots of female suitors. And you're like, man, do I gotta keep jizzing on myself or hire people to jizz on me to maintain this relationship that I've now built with this lovely lady that I've fallen in love with? Well, let me ask you a hard question. Do you not enjoy being in love? Is it not worth it? Then fucking A, I thought so. So do all that. Have fun. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, what is going on? I hope you're all doing well. Once again, I'm extremely grateful because I feel like things are, I don't know, man, I just feel good. I'm on my own ass. That's the thing I'll tell. I'm fucking hard on myself. I don't know about you guys and gals out there, but like, call myself the hard N-word, dude. I turn to the phone and whatever, like, because that's what it is. What do we say out there? It does take the collective to come together, but then you got to be able to pull yourself by the cum straps up there as well, I think. And that's what I'm doing, baby. So overall, feeling good, but then I have moments. I have moments of, because that's the thing. This is a transitory period, as I've mentioned before. If you're in it, you know what it is. And I'm excited for the next month and the month after that to come, because eventually we're probably going to get our own spot back in the city. And guess what? It's going to be new beginnings, and it's going to be fucking just a new beginning of a new chapter in this guy's life. You guys, if you're watching, thank you. If you're a part of my life, I appreciate you and send all the love right back to you. Thank you for being a part of my life. I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for letting me be a part of your life as well. So yeah, man, exciting things are happening in my life. I hope things are happening in your life. And I know for whatever you're going through, if you are going through anything, and most of us are going through some things. I don't know anybody that's got everything, you know. People might have the illusion of like, oh, I've got everything going on. And I don't ever want anybody out there to, like, especially with this day and age of like social media, I know it's so easy to like look at whoever and be like, man, this person's got it all, or that person. Man, nobody's got it all. And I'm just like, again, I'm just like being very grateful, trying to stay grounded, and also just be like, yo, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. This sky's the limit. This guy's the, you're like, which guy's the limit? I'm like, this guy's the limit. He moves fucking quick, dude. This guy's the limit, but I'm like trying to find him and locate him and be like, yo, enough. Boys and girls, ladies and gents, what have we been talking about today? I mentioned to you it is a loose day and it is raining outside right now. Been reading different stuff that I'd like to perhaps share with you. Just different stories that caught my attention. I did read about a selfish 63-year-old Australian woman who is in Australia, and she's 63, right? And she decides to, in her silver golden years, decided to get up in the public discussion or the zeitgeist, or that, not to say that 63-year-olds can't, but her methods, some say despicable. What did she do, you say? She is all about that attention, and she was all like, how do I get the attention? Right? And she went into the doctor's office and said, oh, I'm having weird bodily problems and headaches and other stuff too that I can't remember at this time, so let's make it up. Coughing, perhaps, yes. dizziness, maybe, yes, all sorts of. And then they're like, let's take a scan of your old brain, the old noggin, and see what's up. And they scan her brain, dude, scan the old head. What do they find? This lady put a worm inside her brain, dude. Attention whore. Putting a worm in her brain so it's wiggling around, and the doctor's like, whoa, what is this parasitic worm in your brain, lady? This is the first in medical history. We've never seen anything. Mikey, get over here. This is fucking gross. This lady trying to get all the attention with the fucking worm in her brain wiggling around. Bring Jen, bring Nancy, bring one of those things that we attach to our heads as doctors with the flashing light from the, bring one of those things, and bring a thermometer, and bring a measuring tool, bring a fucking stethoscope, bring all of it, bring all the medical tools, bring knives. Micah, get your ass over here. There's a fucking worm in her brain. This lady's crazy, dog. And then they looked at her brain, and there's a fucking worm. That's disgusting. And she had that in her brain, and she did that so to get attention, I guess. I don't know the full story, to be honest with you. She might be a lovely lady. Maybe she had nothing to do with this worm in her brain. It's her brain, dude. I think it's pretty obvious. If anybody's putting worms in your brain, lady, it's you, right? And they did say that it, apparently this worm, parasitic worm, belonged to python snakes. And python snakes have these worms in their bods, and when they poop on the grass, when they take a shit on the grass, you could potentially go out there and roll around in grass and make yourself have a picnic for yourself on the grass, and then drop some of the cheese that you brought with you, drop some of the grapes, or drop some of the fucking what pastrami on the grass, the 3-second rule, in your mouth. Next thing you know, parasitic worms in your brain is what they said. I don't know, but it's a first. I was disgusting and gross. Did she do it on purpose? Who knows? Could these worms be caused by anything else out there? Also, who knows? I have no idea. Loki, I did watch a documentary a while back. Oh no. Oh no. My GoPro has been, it's sideways, dude. Wagwan. And this is what happens when you're out there in the elements. Anything can happen. Did it run out of battery? Perhaps. Seems to be full of juice, full of battery, full of life. But now it's dipped on its side. It's gone down. Could it be performance anxiety? Could it be that it's feeling shy? Maybe it's been a while. Oh, maybe it's the fact that, what is going on? It's having a seizure. Clearly it's having this isn't good. This isn't good at all. Oh, God. Get some fucking Bluetooth for this GoPro. Bear with me a few seconds, ladies and gentlemen. This, of course, would never happen in professional settings, but this is how we do it. This is how we do it. Wow, look at that crazy shit. You'd never see that anywhere else. All right, that was fun. That was exciting. Did everything go spinny for you guys? You're welcome. Was that built-in part of the show? No, I wish it never happened. It breaks my heart. God, I wish it never happened. I wish it never went down like that. Oh man. Why God, it don't have to be like this. It don't have to go down like that, Johnny. Why'd you have to do all the spinnies and the round, baby? We could have been good together. Boys and girls, shit happens. We were talking about a selfish Australian lady putting worms in her brain, and me watching a documentary way back when in regards to the old jabberoos causing people to get parasitic shit in their bodies. I'm not saying this is that, But that's the first thing it reminded me of, because I'm like, man, people don't normally get worms in their brains. And then soon enough, there was an answer. They said it's the snakes, and they said there's going to be more of these worms in people's brains and I don't know what's going on out there. I'm not saying nothing. All I'm saying is gross way to get attention. And it's getting warm in here, to be very honest with you. I'm gonna just quickly, oh, what is this? A breath of fresh air. Let's all calm down for a second. There it is. We're back, baby, because we never left. So that was pretty gross, but I do hope that she's feeling better. I'll say this. Was this the best method to get attention? 63. I don't, get it, lady. Mazel tov. Shalom Shabbat. And other things. Salute. What else is going on in and around this beautiful planet? A 23-year-old German Iraqi lady found her doppelganger on the lines. Got on the Instagram and the IG and started messaging this bitch. She's like, yo, we're doppelgangers. Let's get together for this, that, and the other. And she started to entice her to get together. And eventually the poor doppelganger got together with this other, her doppelganger then. And then guess what happened? Murder City is what happened. 23-year-old woman murders doppelganger in Germany. Why, you ask? She dumb? She's stupid? Cause she's loco, man? Cause she's not watched enough television. That's what I say. If you don't have enough time to read the youngins these days, people used to read more back in the day, then that reduced over time, and then with information coming in through the airways, whether it's the fucking radio or the television, or now we've got the internets that make it so much easier to consume stuff. But at least sit down and watch some television, because I've done some dumb shit in my lifetime. I've done and I still do, dude. I still do dumb shit all the time. Respects. But this lady wanted to fake her own death so that she can go and live her beautiful life elsewhere. So she essentially wanted to murder this lookalike doppelganger and leave, faking her own death. And she got another fella involved with her. So two individuals, two brains essentially got together, we're gonna kill this doppelganger, bitch. And we're gonna leave the body, and people are gonna think that it's you. You don't even have to read books. I barely passed chemistry in high school. My teacher basically, shout out to Miss Berlin, yo, what's up, baby? She passed me so that I wouldn't have to she wouldn't have to deal with all this another year. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't. But guess what I did on my? I watched Sex Talk with Susie, Latin Lovers, and every once in a while, Miami Inc. And also other stuff that was. An episode of CSI or two wouldn't fucking kill you. That's what this guy did, and look how I turned out. So is what it is, baby. But ultimately, I knew enough about DNA. I didn't know what it was, but I knew that everybody's got their own shit. And if you're gonna stab somebody 56 times, and if you think all the adults are just gonna be yo, yeah, this looks like such and such, we're just gonna, yeah, that checks out. 56 stab wounds. Confirmed. The tattoos here and there, a couple of extra tattoos. Our girl never even had a tattoo. Looks like it's gonna fly. This is what I mean. If you're not gonna be at least watch it. This is what it is, man. This is that TikTok generation, I think. Also, I'm not trying to overgeneralize, because I do believe the change is within the youth, and the youth one day will soon grow up to be men and women in their 30s who are getting their asses spanked by men and women with now rocking full-blown dementia. So we are all one, essentially. So all I'm saying is, you know what I mean? It's just, that's mind-boggling. And that's just because it was two people. It wasn't even just one person. It was two people got together and they're yeah, man, this is gonna fly. Two people that 123, the other fella that got involved in this case, I don't know. But they spent a good amount of money as well. somewhere around like I read around $10,000 or euros or whatever, or pounds was spent on just like she tried to hire another person for kill. Where are you guys? Feels like 23 years old getting like $10,000 and like hiring hitmen and women, because I don't know, maybe who knows, but like, man, there's other ways to do things is all I'm saying. And I'm not saying I know which way to do things, but fucking DNA, dude, learn about it, or at least like familiarize yourself that we're like, each individual has a different and unique asshole print, so that you can't just leave around loose assholes and be like, that's my asshole, even it looks really close, like it looks like your asshole, but there's gonna be like one pimple or one fucking mole or one extra long strand of hair that you may have or you may not have, and the other individual may have an extra long hair on their asshole. And maybe you're known for dangleberries, and guess what, so and so, no dangleberries, fucking A. So that was interesting. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like we're making progress little by little. And once again, I'm just grateful to be alive and kicking. And you know, it's an amazing time to be alive. I saw a video recently, just an interview with the Amica bitch, the fucking robot, the AI robot Amica. She's fucking tweaking and fucking speaking and thinking, not thinking, but like programmed to mimic thinking, which is quite extraordinary. It's running on ChatGPT shit, and they're saying in like 2-3 years, ChatGPT is gonna be like anywhere between like 3,000 times to 5,000 times smarter than human beings. I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm excited. But also, my asshole is moist because of the nervousness, the natural nervousness that you feel in your asshole when you're like, man, there's gonna be other creatures of sorts, man-made, that are gonna be far greater in intelligence than we are. And like, and not to even like discuss like whatever else might be out there, but what the shit that we're making right now, cray, dude. And I'm just like, I hope they don't treat us like we treat like animals on the lower end of the spectrum, if you have spectrums, because like we tend to like, whatever's not as intelligent as us, we tend to just like put it in a cage and like lock it up and like maybe feed it occasionally, and then like watch it from a distance and like poke it and shit. So I hope they don't put us in cages, is all I'm saying. Or maybe we're already in cages, bruh. Maybe we're already in cages, man. Maybe this is just whatever, dude. This went out, and hell yeah. So think about that. And there's a train in the background just moving away so slowly, and fucking clink, clink, clank, clank, fucking real raw shit. What else is going on, you ask? Let me ask you this. Do you enjoy sushi? Do you enjoy sushi, but like you'd like your sushi to be fucking potentially radioactive? Yes. The viewers of this show like their sushi to be radioactive, because the future is neon, because the future is fluorescent, because the future is neo-noir, with shots of everything being shot in the dark, but then you'd see a lot of the reflection of the neon lights on the ground, because that's fucking nice. But like not too much, because like you don't want the future to be all neon, because then that's just too much neon. But guess what, if you like sushi and you like your shit to be neon, Fukushima, konnichiwa. Nagasaki, arigato. Toyota, Nissan. These are some of the Japanese words that I know. But having said that, Fukushima is going to be releasing radioactive wastewater. Thanks, loud train. God. Ignore all of that. Ignore all of that. Or actually, you know what? Pay attention to only the screeching of the fucking train on the train tracks. Where else would you hear that? Almost nowhere else. Point is, Fukushima is releasing radioactive wastewater into the area of Fukushima, Japan. And if you were just like fucking jonesing for like fish and seafood to be glowing so that you could go out there and have glowing seafood, so you want to feed yourself sashimi in the dark, or feed your lover sashimi in the dark, and you're like, man, wouldn't it be great if this seafood was fluorescent? Guess what? Fukushima can offer that right now. How much radioactive wastewater? Treated radioactive wastewater, which then if it's treated, then why call it radioactive? Then it should just be water, but it's not. So it's treated, but like also it's just like it's gone through stuff. But like then again, haven't we all gone through stuff? It's water getting released into, and how much of it? Around 1,000 tanks. Not like I don't like a barrel. I kind of like know what a barrel is. Yay big. I don't know what 1,000 tanks looks like, but around 1,000 tanks of radioactive, treated radioactive wastewater. And the benefits of this is, if you like to eat fluorescent food, so that when you go home after you wine and dine, and you're like, baby, let's make love. Let me go down on you, sweetheart, baby boo, sweet thing. You with the good with the tight with the with all that deliciousness. Let me slurp so that I can get higher IQ by sucking you off, or going down on you so you can female ejaculate right into my mouth hole face hole. And baby's like, typically we leave the lights on, but tonight, babies, leave the lights off, won't you? And you're like, got it. And then you leave the lights off, and you're there fucking spreading that fucking bad boy up and going to town. Licky, sticky, licky. However many times you sticky licky, time goes by, you come up, and now her genitals, her vag, her puss is glowing. How cool is that? Also, future vag glowing. And now it's her turn, and she's like, whoa, look at this. This is fantastic. That was great, baby. My toes curled so much so that they're now inverted. Like they've curled all the way back. They're like fucking Aladdin's shoes, like the tip of Aladdin's shoes, how they're fucking curled up. She's got the fucking Aladdin shoes for feet for life, dude. That's how good you ate that pussy out. Next thing you know, she's going down on you. Sucky. Why won't you come? I've been sucky for like 5-10 minutes. This is all fun and games. Sucky. Oh, nom. Sucky. I'm gonna use a little bit of hands. You know what? I'm gonna use a little bit of hands. Sucky. Because this is supposed to get you off, but you're not even coming. And you're like, man, I know this is because I whacked off earlier on, but she don't know that. Sucky. Guess what? She comes up. Your dick is glowing because she ingested earlier in the evening the fucking neon seafood. Now your dick is glowing. Her vag is glowing. Your mouth holes are glowing. And it's just like, even though you turn off the lights, it's still nice to have a little bit of like fucking like a little like light. What are they doing? Are you fucking traveling on these train tracks, or are you just like derailing? Who knows? The point is, ladies and gentlemen, you got neon genitals. How great is that? Because you fucked and it's 3:37 in the AM, and you're like, man, I want to go out there and take a leak, but my baby boo's sleeping and I don't want to wake her up, because if I wake her up, she's gonna be a little bit like grouchy in the morning getting up to go to work at like 5 or 6 in the AM. So I'm not gonna turn the lights on. You know what? And you won't need to, because your dick is gonna be like a lightsaber. It's gonna be glowing in the dark. All thanks to Fukushima wastewater, treated wastewater, radioactive wastewater. So I think that's great, but that's happening. I don't know to what extent that is safe or not. If the community says it's safe, slurp, eat it up. If they say it's not safe, which they've not said so, then who knows? All I know is that it's going in the water, and what gets released in water, in one body of water, stays in one body of water. Because water stays in one place. Be like water, stay in one place. Be like, you know, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor and a pleasure to once again be here with you beautiful, wonderful human beings out there, all doing wonderful, amazing. It takes all of us to tango, okay? A little bit of Fukushima water spread amongst the earth, it's not gonna hurt anyone. It might hurt everyone in low dosages, and we can all use a little bit of radioactive wastewater in our lives. And that being said, I'd like to say that I'm taking this time to raise awareness for us who look out for the animals out there. Hungry hippos. It's been far too long that we've perpetuated this rumor, this filthy life, this filthy lie. Boy, you fucked that up at the end right there. Lie, not life. Hungry. Let's just go back for a second. It's been far too long that we've been perpetuating this horrendous lie. Hungry hippos. They sure do seem fucking fat to me, and yet we keep feeding them. And guess what? They're fucking obese. They're diabetic. And how could you stop these hippos from dying from diabetes? Subscribe on YouTube. Check out the Instagram page and give it a good old-fashioned follow with the old clickety-click. And you're like, is there any way else we can support the hungry hippos who are not in fact hungry at all? Because this is all fucking, it's propaganda, dude. They're not even hungry. Have you seen how fucking giant these hippos are? They're fucking big, dude. They're not hungry at all. Fucking snakes are probably hungry because they're like thin. Ants are hungry because they're small. And other creatures that are also big. Like hippos, not hungry. And we'll stop it together. And you can check out patreon.com/robsadri is where you can start stopping hippos from being fucking, being overfed. And also we also looked around and saw that some birds don't have external ears. And I went to a village of birds with no external ears. They were so sad. All right, they were fine. But they're too stupid to know that they don't have external ears. And I said to myself, with the technology that we have today, we can easily 3D print external ears and stick it on these fucking feathered friends of ours so that it stops. So that they can live their lives having external ears. So that when they're going caca, 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 is it perhaps that they're going caca, caca because they're having difficulty hearing each other? They've got internal ears and they've got a middle ear, which I don't even know you could. I didn't even know you could have a middle ear, but apparently we could, and we do. Oh my god, but they don't have external ears. We're also helping them get external ears so that as we evolve and as Amica evolves and gets smarter, and as we work out and as we drink each other off to better our lives, we can hopefully fucking better the lives of the animals that also occupy this planet with us. Ladies and gentlemen, it brings me nothing besides joy and pure pleasure to once again be here amongst you. Please go ahead and spread this channel like wildfire, like man-made wildfires that we create, and then we blame climate on that shit. Spread it like man-made wildfire. Spread that shit fast. Spread that shit hard and focus on it. But also focus on other podcasts. But also fucking focus on your life, dude. You can't be just like, you know what I mean? Because I'm about it with it. And I'm gonna get back to it this week once again. And this N-word's gonna fucking get in there and listen to more Dirty South raps for the fucking poppin' my collar, old school, dude. And I get, once again, I get in the mood and I'm like, N-word, you got this. Not to anybody else. Unless we're homes, unless we become homes and you give me a nod that I could call you the N-word and we're N-words together, then I'm calling you the N-word. Unless 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 I take a nod that's not meant for me to call you the, and I won't, but these are just thoughts. I love you all, because winter is approaching and my skin's gonna get untanned again, and in wintertime I can't use the N-word. Summertime. Write a comment, leave a comment, let me know if let me know how you feel about anything. But I do feel like one, especially when I listen to my raps, especially when I'm going through something, gets me fucking right there, baby. Fucking crunk, baby, let's go. Fucking zerp, baby. Where can you find these videos? Once again, Instagram, check it out, follow me there if you like. Fucking subscribe on YouTube if you like. Patreon.com/RobSadri, dropped every week. And again, this coming month, this next month, and the month after, we're going to be going through more changes and growing, and we're going to start getting more litty, baby, because I miss getting litty, to be honest. And even though we keep it litty all day, every day, regardless of what we take or don't take, but I do miss smoking a J in the comfort of my own home. I'm not going to fucking lie to you. It's been a while, and your boy's ready to fucking spark one up, dude. It's going to be great. I love you all. Thank you. Again, I genuinely, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend out there, and it is a Labor Day long weekend if I'm not mistaken. Have fun out there. Stay safe. Protect yourselves in terms of wearing that condom. Nothing else. Or don't wear a condom, because it's way more fun. It's way more fun, dude. Who cares about safety, dog? Have a couple of babies that you can't afford right now. You know what I mean? I'll catch you guys back here again next week. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Peace out. Get out of here. Peace out, dude. Get out of here. You're silly, dude. You're silly. Get out of here.